You open ChatGPT, type in a simple question about, say, best ways to save money. And the first thing you see in your answer is a nice, friendly box labeled Sponsored. Same tone, same style as the normal reply, but this part was literally paid for by an advertiser. Is that still your AI assistant, or did it quietly switch teams? This is the comment section with Thomas Paul, and today we're breaking down OpenAI's new experiment. Ads directly inside ChatGPT chats, what it means for trust, privacy, and whether free AI is about to feel a lot less free. Let's start with what's actually happening, not the hype. OpenAI has confirmed they're testing ads inside ChatGPT, not just those old upgrade to plus banners at the bottom, real ads. Right now, it's a limited test for users in the US, both on the free tier and the Go tier. So not just the people who don't pay, even folks who are paying a small amount may start seeing ad units. These ads appear inside the ChatGPT interface, likely in or around your conversation. Early descriptions suggest they'll be clearly labeled as sponsored or something similar, and they'll show up as separate blocks or sections related to what you're asking. And here's where things get interesting. That means brands can now buy space inside your AI chats. ChatGPT isn't just a tool anymore, it's officially ad inventory. So when you ask, what's the best project management tool? There's a non-zero chance you'll see a sponsored suggestion from a project management company that paid to be there. On one level, this is normal. Every big consumer tech product eventually asks, where do we put the ads? On another level, this is absolutely not normal because of the position ChatGPT has in your life. It's not a billboard. It's not a social feed. It's something you treat, rightly or wrongly, like an intelligent assistant. So why is OpenAI doing this now? Underneath the shiny demos and changing the world's speeches, there's a very boring, very expensive reality: massive compute costs. Running large models at global scale is insanely expensive. OpenAI is competing with Google DeepMind, Anthropic, xAI, and a handful of others in a race where the entry fee is billions of dollars. Reports have put OpenAI's revenue run rate in the multi-billion range, with ambitions to get to tens of billions. Subscriptions help: ChatGPT Plus, Team, Enterprise, the new tiers. But subscriptions alone don't easily scale to, we want to be as big as Google money. So what do you do when you have a huge user base and pressure from investors to grow revenue fast? You do what Google did with search. You turn attention into an ad business. The logic is simple. Hundreds of millions of people use ChatGPT. A fraction of them pay. But almost all of them could generate ad impressions. Every question is a potential signal. What you're buying, what you're learning, what job you want, what tools you use at work. That's not just a chatbot anymore. That's an advertiser's dream. But wait, it gets even wilder when you think about how these ads might actually look. We're not talking about a random banner flashing at the bottom. Based on what's being tested and what's technically possible, you can imagine a few formats. Sponsored answers blended into your main response. ChatGPT gives you a detailed explanation, and right at the top or inside the flow, there's a section like, here's a recommended tool, labeled as sponsored, but written in the same calm, authoritative tone as everything else. Sidebar recommendations. You type, I want to start running, and over on the side, sponsored, shoes, apps, training plans, all looking very native to the interface. Contextual product placements inside responses. You ask for a tutorial on budgeting, and the example app it uses in the explanation just happens to be a paying partner. On Google Search, you get pages of links, and the ads sit on top or on the side. You know the game. On YouTube, you get pre-rolls and mid-rolls that are clearly, here's an ad, now back to the content. But ChatGPT is different. You don't get 10 options and a page of blue links. You usually get one answer, one voice, one recommendation. So if that single trusted answer is skewed by money, even a little, that influence is much stronger. And it raises the next big question. How targeted will this be? Is it just based on the current prompt? Or does it use your conversation history? Or over time, does it build a profile? Your job, your income range, your political leanings, your health worries? That's where we slide from, "Hey, ads are annoying," into, "This could get creepy." Let's talk risks. First, trust. Once you know some parts of the answer are sponsored, you have to ask every time, is this recommendation here because it's good or because someone paid? The more hidden or subtle that line is, the faster trust erodes. And if people stop trusting the assistant, the entire product is weakened. Second, subtle steering. AI is already very good at shaping how you think about a decision, what trade-offs matter, what options you even consider. If ads start nudging those decisions at scale, what software you use at work, how you invest, what medical questions you ask your doctor about, that's powerful influence, even if it's technically just advertising. Third, privacy. If ad targeting uses your prompts and chat history, you're basically turning your most intimate questions, your fears, goals, health worries, financial problems, into data points for advertisers. That's not just a feels bad issue, that's a regulatory issue. In the US and EU, regulators are already circling AI platforms over transparency, data use, and potential manipulation. They were concerned before ads showed up. Now, every privacy rule and AI guideline suddenly matters a lot more. We'll likely see new fights over how clearly paid content must be labeled, whether conversational data can be used for targeting at all, and what informed consent even means when the thing you're talking to feels like a neutral helper, not an ad engine. Meanwhile, the rest of the AI world is watching. Google DeepMind is tightly integrated with a company that already lives and breathes ads. Google's whole business is turn search into money. If OpenAI normalizes ads in chat, do you really think Google's AI products stay ad-free forever? Anthropic, xAI, and others might try the opposite strategy, positioning themselves as privacy-first, ad-light, or even ad-free, at least for a while. That could become a big marketing angle. We work for you, not advertisers. But I've been around enough corporate strategic realignments to know how this usually goes. When the revenue numbers don't hit the targets, the temptation to monetize engagement becomes very real. And remember, this space is moving fast. While OpenAI is testing ads, others are dealing with their own issues. Security questions around AI cowork tools, new model launches from big players, open source models catching up. Who wins isn't just about model quality anymore. It's about business model, subscriptions, enterprise, ads, or some messy mix of all three. So what do you do practically as a user? First, learn to spot sponsored content. Look for labels like sponsored, ad, partner, or separate blocks that feel a little too brand perfect. If the answer recommends a specific product or service, ask yourself, is this organic or did money move here? Second, double-check anything important. For health, finance, career, big purchases, don't rely on one AI answer, especially in an ad-supported environment. Cross-check with other sources, and if it smells like an ad, treat it like an ad. Third, watch the settings and the tiers. As these tests expand, there may be toggles for data use, personalization, or ad settings. Some paid tiers in the future may promise fewer ads or none at all. Read the fine print. I don't say that as empty advice. My parents lost most of their savings once by trusting experts and not asking questions. Quiet pain is still pain. And if you really hate the idea of ads in your AI assistant, this might be the moment to look at alternatives. Open source models you run yourself, or providers that explicitly promise no advertising. They may not be as polished, but at least the incentives are clearer. By the way, speaking of AI and incentives, this video itself was created using Fludge.io, the same system that powers this entire channel. If you're watching this and thinking, I'd love to run a YouTube channel like this, but I don't want to be on camera or spend hours scripting and editing, that's literally what Fludge is for. It researches trending topics in your niche, writes a high-quality script, creates the thumbnail, pairs it with an AI avatar, and uploads to YouTube for you. You stay in control. You can jump in at any step, give feedback, or even record your own A-roll and let Fludge do the rest. This isn't low-effort AI spam. The whole point is consistent, watchable content without burning out. If that sounds interesting, check out fludge.io after this video. Now, I want to end with a challenge. If OpenAI fully rolls out ads in ChatGPT, what's your move? Option A, you're fine with ads as long as the product stays free and useful. Option B, you'd rather pay more for a truly ad-free, privacy-respecting AI. Option C, you're ready to jump to open source or alternatives if ChatGPT goes too commercial. Drop A, B, or C in the comments, and tell me why. I'm going to read through them because how regular users react right now will shape how aggressive these ad models get. And if you want someone in your feed who actually reads past the press release and asks, "Okay, what's really going on here?" hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Disclaimer: nothing in this video is financial, legal, or professional advice. It's analysis and opinion for information and entertainment. Always do your own research, especially when money, privacy, or your job is involved. This is the comment section with Thomas Paul. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.